All right, let's bring an author of The Man Behind the Curtain, Inside the Secret Network of George Soros, Matt Palumbo. Matt, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Great book, by the way. So George Soros funds the Open Society. The Open Society gives $15 million to these groups that are protesting on behalf of Hamas. As you look at the Open Society and George Soros, this is what confuses me. I don't understand what he wants. What kind of world does he want to live in?
Well, I would start with the irony in that anyone that has criticized Soros, including me, has been told they're anti-Semitic for daring to criticize the guy or pointing anything out. And we now have direct evidence of him funding anti-Semitic groups. And what is the media comeback? Is it anti-Semitic to point out his anti-Semitism? This actually is nothing new from Soros. He, back in 2007, wrote this op-ed, not necessarily praising Hamas, but criticizing the U.S. and Israel for not working for a democratically elected government. And, you know, if you go back decades before that, Hamas's founding charter has a Jewish genocide as a principle. So there's no plausible deniability. And then, you know, one last point is the liberal media has really salivated at any story where there's a racial or anti-Semitic angle, and we have 1,000 Charlottesville rallies out in the street every day in this country now against Jewish people, and no one seems to care. And I guess, so what is Soros' goal here? I think just chaos. You know, I get asked that about the DAs, and as rational people, how do we really make sense of that? I don't think there is a way to. He's somebody who hates nation states. He hates any country that can have a cultural or religious identity, and he also
borders.
Yeah,
Right.
That's why he pushes multiculturalism.
So that's what I was going to say. Like, let's tease it out one step further with respect to his agenda. We know what he's doing. We know what he's funding. He doesn't want superpowers. He doesn't want borders. He doesn't want anybody standing out a utopian society. That's what the DAs are all about. That's what some of this conflict is about. That's where the chaos would get us in time, right?
Pretty much too. And progressives, I mean, it's a constant theme. For whatever reason, they seem to think there's a lot of utility in chaos. It's very politically convenient, and if they can get change out of it. And if you look at these Palestine protesters, they're cut from an identical cloth as the Black Lives Matter people, as the Antifa people. It's really all the same people with a slightly different cloak on, I guess.
Well, it seems like the chaos can bring you closer to the great transformation, which will bring you back to a failed set of ideas, which is Marxism. But it seems like that's where he wants to take the United States and the world.
Him and now his son's going to be furthering that goal, and he's got $20 billion to do it, which is pretty scary.
$15 million is not a small amount, but I imagine that amount is going to grow. And when I first saw that story on Friday, I said to myself, okay, here we go. Now the money is going to start pouring in. Once those numbers do swell, what happens?
Well, I mean, it just gets worse. And the 15 million was just from 2016. So there's actually, I mean, tens of millions even before that. And it's all the same kinds of groups. I mean, they're not exactly household names, but they're just, you know, anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian groups. One trick of his is, well, he will fund pro-Palestinian groups that claim to be Jewish people, like Jewish Voice for Peace, to try to just give this false appearance that even Jewish people are somehow against their own self-interest.
You know, it's amazing. George Soros, as evil as I think he is and his ideas are, he's very smart. He uses a little bit of money to win prosecutors' races. You don't have to change a whole state, its legislature and its governor, just the prosecutors and how they enforce the law. Universities, some of these groups, and you're starting to change the mindset of America.
It has a huge impact.
Huge impact, and not for the better.
Yeah, I wish he was dumb, I will say.
When Democrats talk about a threat to democracy, I would say don't look at Republicans, look at George Soros.
All the big money today is Democrats, and they stopped caring about big money ever since that happened. So
now that they have it. Matt Palumbo, thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.